What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Podium Couch Race Room. If you watched part one of this series, you know that I'm comparing the Logitech G920 to the Thrustmaster TS XW. Uh, and honestly, I ran 4 laps on Laguna Seca with the G920, and I did it with the TS XW to make a comparison, but I didn't feel like the comparison was good enough. I did run it right out of the box as I said I was going to do, and I will put the video footage at the back half of this. But in doing so, I don't feel like I did justice. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm just going to add it to the back and talk about it more on the front side. Because as I've been playing with it, I've got into Assetto Corsa, I've got into iRacing. My performance in iRacing is so much more consistent with this race wheel. Assetto Corsa, I haven't run as many races with it on that in the last 24 hours that I've had it set up. I've been more focused on iRacing, but I did jump in and drift for a minute. And just the drifting, I chose when I wanted to end it. I mean, like from the control standpoint, I felt like I had tons of control over the car using this wheel. I'm gonna talk about it you'll see it in the video later on that I talk about the pedals right out the gate. I still don't like the pedals. The pedals are soft, they're spongy. It doesn't feel like I'm driving a real car from a pedal standpoint. It's taken a lot of self-control to learn how to use the pedals, just because the throttle pedal is so soft and the brake pedal has so little resistance. It definitely needs a pedal upgrade. There's no doubt about that. But from a steering and driving standpoint, the base and wheel are leaps and bounds, in my opinion, over the Logitech in feel. The size of this wheel is so much better than what I was getting out of the Logitech, and the fact that I can change it out and go to even bigger wheels and more rounded, or I can go to the Formula One. The deeper I get into iRacing, I know I'm going to need those attributes. So to answer the question of which one is better, the Logitech will definitely work for you if you're looking to get into sim racing. The only problem with it is you're going to want something better. Even with this, I'm going to want something better. But this is going to hold me off for a much longer time than the Logitech is. One of the things I love about this is the smoothness of the rotation. As you can see, it smoothly turns and glides back into place. I mean, it's bouncy because I'm not holding it, but if I hold on to it, we get nice smooth turns. In the Logitech, I got a lot of grinding. I can feel the gears in it, and I would get about to right here and I could feel it chop and kick, and it would throw the car around. And those are things that I know from having the G29 previously I would get over. But with as serious as I want to take the racing simulation and getting into iRacing and as competitive as I want to be, I don't want to get over things. I want things to just work, and this just works. So I think with a pedal upgrade, that'll complete a good racing setup. I do still want a shifter, so I have ordered that. It's on its way. I wanted to make sure that I liked this setup before I did that. But mostly with the shifter, it's just for fun. It's because I like to drive stick shift. I like the feel of going through an H-pattern shifter. But if you're just getting into race simulation and you want to start out with the best you can at a decent price range, I would say Thrustmaster TS XW, Thrustmaster PC version. I think it's a TX PC or TS PC. Definitely a much better starting point, and you'll probably adapt more quickly to games having these. I can't say for a fact because I didn't use the same race wheel on the games for long enough, but I will tell you flat out, going from one to the other in the last week has made a dramatic impact on my performance in iRacing, in Assetto Corsa. I've finished at least top 6 on anything that didn't have some bunk racer smash into me. I feel like when they're not consistent, it's because I have no pressure in my gas pedal or brake, and that seems to affect some of my cornering. First of all, I'll go ahead and show you the video where I laid out all the parts so you can see what they look like. And then we'll jump over to the 4 laps on Laguna Seca. So first you could see the Sparco race wheel. Then the base, which is very solidly built. It's mostly aluminum, heavy, sturdy. It works pretty well overall. Very happy with the base. I want to take a second to talk about that turbo after I talk about the fact that show you these pedals are just absolutely soft. I mean, as you can see in this video, they're spongy. They don't have any resistance to them whatsoever. But going back to the power supply, that power supply, everybody said it weighs as much as a brick. I would say as much as 2 bricks. It's been quite heavy trying to find a way to mount it is insane. But I don't like having it on the floor because it also warns against heat and things like that. Maybe I'm being overcautious, but I do want to mount it to the race rig somewhere. Anyways, so let's go ahead and check out the video. You'll get real-time feedback of my first run and get an idea of what it felt like to jump in and run that. Sorry guys, volume's up a little loud. For some reason though, I did not have any feedback. There we go. So, first thing I noticed immediately, and it was exactly as I was worried about, the pedals are really soft. I'm going to get past that in a minute so I can talk about the wheel, but it's incredible how soft and mushy these pedals are. And I saw reviews on this wheel and I kind of half expected that, so maybe that's why I'm complaining about it. But I didn't like the brake pedal on the Logitech, but at least I felt like I was pressing a brake pedal. In this case, I feel like I'm pressing a sponge, basically. And the clutch and the gas aren't too much different. There's really no tension behind any of them. I'm definitely thinking load cells are going to be the way to go with pedals for this. Having said that, the smoothness of the wheel itself is phenomenal. Sorry, still trying to make sure you get the right volume here. This video is not going to have any cuts or anything in it, because like I said, I wanted you guys to see it run for the first time. I wanted it to be authentic. So unfortunately, in some ways, it's going to be a very rough video. But at least it'll give you guys an idea. goodness, the wheel feel is so much better. The choppiness that used to cause my car to slide out around every corner feels like it's kind of gone away. Still can't get past that brake. I feel like in the long run I'm going to need a more sturdy cockpit to keep this thing from wearing it down. But I can tell you right out the gate, I'm not switching back to the Logitech. Even the shifters are just smoother, they feel better. You've got a really strong force feedback where you feel like you can actually take control of the car. Like I said, it's not clipping on me at all. May take some work to get used to. Most of these times I've gone off the track, it's really just not being able to feel or have a sense of where the brake is going. Like and subscribe. Gonna make another video after a few days of playing with the wheel and getting it tuned in and everything, and we'll see how it compares then. We'll talk about it more after I've had some experience with it. I'll do a full review. We can talk about the differences between the two wheels. But for now, just know it is definitely a different feeling. I'm actually really excited to play with it a bit and stop making videos for the day. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.